All right, I have a little story time, if you will. So this is really going to be about more just working at Topgolf and what it was like, because I know a lot of people be wondering what it's like, and I keep seeing videos sometimes of like people talking about them going to the interviews and them like walking out because they don't feel like it's giving what they need for an actual job. And let me tell y'all a few things that I know. And just so y'all know, I am not lying. Here's my name tag. Here's my name tag, so y'all know I am not lying. Now, I was there for almost 5 years. It would have been 5 years this year in February. Yeah, but that did not happen. So this is really just going to be me more talking about some of the crazy things that happened there, whether it's like customer related or however. Number one, we did not get actual breaks. I'm just going to put that out there now. We did not get actual breaks. The idea at Topgolf, at least for my venue, I can only speak for it. The idea of a break there was you go to the back whenever you have a couple free minutes. Now, as a bay host, which is a server, that does not work out very well because you have about, at the most, 6 tables, 6 bays that you got to take care of, and you don't necessarily have time to go to the back always, even for like 2 minutes to catch a breath. You don't even have time to do that. Because if you're a server, you know people are fucking needy and they are fucking aggravating. And as soon as you walk away from the table, after you asked 50-11 times that they need something, they need 20 more things. What are we doing? And then we didn't even like clock out for breaks. We, like I said, we quite literally just told like our like person next to us in our sections, like, hey, can you like look over my bays while I go munch some food? And you had to run to the back, try to eat and scarf down food as quick as possible, and then go back out there and deal with people. That was Topgolf's idea of a break. And on top of that, we did not have an actual break room. Our break area was fucking outside. Outside. We'll be out there in the fucking cold, the heat, getting rained on, this, that, and the third. And they don't see a problem with it. They tried to put like a little tent back there, like like the big gazebo tents. That did not work out because the wind blew that shit over. Please. So we'll have people book events all the time, and an event is basically where you pay X amount of money to have food catered or, whatever, and you have the bays reserved for you and your group only. And we had people that would spend money doing that. And when I say money, please, because we'll also have people that would buy out the entire venue, and I'm not going to get into the numbers of how much that shit costs, because I do know. But we'll have, these people to book these events, and event coordinators are like, making sure they know all the information that they need to know. Now, sometimes, were they always 100% on their job? No. But majority of the time, they was. And people would still come up there thinking that they just finna run shit how they want to fucking do it. And babes, let me tell you this, that is not how we finna do shit around here. I'm finna take y'all out to y'all's bays, and y'all are finna sit and listen to what the fuck I gotta say, especially if y'all have kids, because I am not finna be responsible for your little child running out on the field getting hit by a goddamn golf ball. I am not finna be responsible for that when I done sat here and explained the rules to y'all. If you don't want to listen, that's true. And these people, they're paying like X amount of money, and they have to put a deposit down first, and then they pay the rest at the end of the event. You pay the deposit, you pay the rest at the end of your event. Simple. Why do we have people coming in? Well, why do I still have to pay? Why am I still paying? I don't want to pay that. Bitch, what the fuck don't you understand? What don't you understand? And you're under contract, and we do have your information on file, so that card will be charged. Best believe. And that was another thing that I loved about that job, because when you when you start a tab for a table, you have to put a card on file to prevent people from walking out or any of the sorts. And if people was to walk out, charged. I don't care. And then when I became a team lead, which is like a manager, I had the ability to force people cards through. So like if somebody's card declined, force. Oh, we're overdrafting that bitch. Don't play with me. I don't give that one rat's ass. You gonna be sitting there with $300 negative in your account. Not me, bitch. And then going back to the event thing, people will be like, well, do I still have to tip? Sweetie, we don't sat here and looked over all of the charges, literally line by line. Did you see gratuity added anywhere in? No, you did not. So why the fuck are you asking me this? And one thing that really, that really drove me crazy with people, them not knowing information, like simple information. Signing them in, registering them for an account and whatnot. How don't you know your fucking area code? Why don't you know your fucking zip code? Why don't you know your goddamn birthday? What are we doing? Now, I'm not gonna lie, we had some real nice guests, some real cool guests, some that I, would have conversation with whenever they came in, but some of them, And one group in particular, these white, ugly ass heifers. When the Barbie movie came out, there's a movie theater right across from the Topgolf here, and they wanted to come sit in to eat before they went to the movie. Now, if you're going to do that, you need to plan accordingly so you can get to the movie on time. And they told me, that they were going to the movie or whatever when they started ordering. Now, I was not their server. I was not a server this particular day. I was managing this particular day. So I don't have time to just stand in one particular place to look after one table when I have a whole entire floor to look after. No. So I grabbed their drink orders, and I think like the appetizers or something like that of the sorts. Went and put it in and whatnot. And then, I went on about my business because there was a server on the bar tables because they were sitting at the bar. And I was just kind of helping that server out. And I told them verbatim, hey, I'm not going to be, in this area, always. So if you need something, you can either ask the bartender or the server for this particular area. Okay, so I'll go about my business, doing my job and whatnot. Why the fuck these ragged ass bitches got a fucking attitude with me and making a complaint because I have not been paying attention to them? What the fuck do you understand when I told you I will not be in this area always? So if you need something, ask the bartender or ask the server working this area. And they said, well, we're not going to tip. Bitch, I don't need a fucking tip. I can't take a fucking tip as a manager. Oh my God. And like most of the time, people always try to pull that, like, I'm not going to tip. Bitch, I don't care. I want you out my fucking building. My God. Now, there was one time that I had to kick some teenagers out, and I did not give a singular fuck. I did not care, and I banned their accounts too. I don't think the company knew about that, but I did not give a fuck. Because first of all, these bitches decided they was going to run out onto the field. Now, if you've been to Topgolf before, you know that is not allowed. And you shouldn't even want to do that in the first place, simply because of the risk of getting hit by a golf ball. So they run onto the field and whatnot, and I'm on the floor. I'm probably one of the only managers on the floor. So I run over, and I see them. They try to act asleep. They tried to act like they was fucking asleep when I went over there to the table. I was like, hey, I'm going to try to get the fuck out. And I said it straight like that too. And I turned their fucking bay off, charged their card, kicked them the fuck out, banned their accounts. Don't come back here. Don't fucking come back here. Because one thing that you're not going to do, you're not going to break the rules and cause anybody else to get fucking harmed. And then you try to play fucking stupid when I come over here to correct you on your wrongness. No. I don't have the tolerance. I don't have the patience for stupid people like that. If you want some more talk about story times, let me know because I could really go on and on and on about a whole lot of shit about that place. Oh, and this part is public information too, so I really don't give a fuck about speaking on this. And y'all can go look for it. They was also the company as a whole. They got in trouble with the labor department. You know why? Because they was not paying people for their overtime. Yeah. And when I first got hired there was a affidavit that I got sent in the mail about joining a class action lawsuit against that company for unpaid wages. But I, obviously at the time, could not sign up for that because I had just started working there. But once again, I can go on and on about this, so let me know if y'all want more Topgolf story times.